Boom! Yes, folks, how are you going? So as you see, making this video in front of a different whiteboard. All right, we have a setup. All right. We have the small board, which is where I'll be doing most of the work with the maths, some little maths videos and things, and then we have the big board, which is where I'll be doing most of the add maths. But you know, every now and then, even while I'm doing the add maths recording, I sneak in a little small maths video as well, right? So in this video, I'm gonna take some time to discuss something very quickly. A common mistake that people make in maths. All right, this is something that I would have seen a number of times with my own students, and it was something that I've been knocking around in my head as I say, you know, I should do a video on it. So here, I'm going to take the chance and do a small video on it. Now, most people in a maths exam, in the course of a maths exam, they would write something like this, or in the course of working a question or whatever. They will write something like this. Let us say they would write something like this, 2 by 3, or they might write 2 by 3. They might write 2 by 3. In both of these instances, what they really mean is 2 multiplied by 3, 2 multiplied by 3. And of course, we know that 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. However, sometimes this is what happens, right? Sometimes people will do this. What they really mean to do is this, but they will write it like this. They'll write the 3 kind of almost the same size as the 2. And simply because they do this, having this before them visually, the mind will go here, and it will take this and write it as 2 multiplied by 3. Now, sometimes people write this and still make the mistake of saying that this is 2 multiplied by 3. So there are 2 ways in which the mistakes can be made. One is just what we could call ignorance, right? They really don't know, right? They have a misconception. So in this case, it is a misconception. In this case, it is a mistake, right? In this video, I want to correct that. I want to clarify it so that you wouldn't have any doubt going forward. 2 with a small 3 up in the corner is not 2 multiplied by 3. That is 2 to the power of 3, which is 2 multiplied by itself 3 times, sorry. All right? 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. But before we get to 6, you have to understand that 2 multiplied by 3 is actually 2 plus 2 plus 2. All right? So in other words, you're adding 2 to itself 3 times. And that is the difference between 2 multiplied by 3 and the 2 to the power of 3. Big difference, right? And this is a difference that people lose in translation very often. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Multiplied by 2 is 8. Right. So this is what we refer to as multiplication. This is what we learn as multiplication. Right? We learn that as early as somewhere in primary school. I'm not sure which standard it is in, but we learn multiplication pretty early in the game. This, however, is a different kettle of fish. We wouldn't get here until maybe Form 2, in some cases Form 3. Some cases maybe Form 1, who knows. But you wouldn't get here until secondary school for most intents and purposes. Alright? This can properly be referred to as, watch it now, exponentiation. Right? Don't get too caught up with the vocabulary. Right? Exponentiation. Right? It does mean that you're getting involved with exponents. So this word is derived from the word exponents, right? Or power. We're talking about powers, right? Exponent or powers. In a mathematical sense, we're talking about powers. So 2 to the power of 3 is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So yes, you have 3 2's, but the operation is multiplication. 2 multiplied by 3 is 2 plus 2 plus 2. Big difference. Big difference. All right? Now, there's a special case where, now there are other cases like it too, but we wouldn't get too deep into it. I'm just going to use the number that most people are familiar with. There's one special case where the final result of these 2 different processes will give you the same answer. And that is the case where, we change the color of the ink now. That is the case where you're talking about 2. Now 2 is a special number. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. And 2 plus 2 is also 4. Right? So in other words, 2 plus 2, this is the same as 2 multiplied by 2. Right? That's 2 multiplied by 2. And then 2 multiplied by 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 2. Right? So I want to take some space. Let me see. We can squeeze a t on this side here. Right. So let me put the t in just for the sake of completeness. Alright? So where we started? We're saying that, let me start with the addition now. Alright? 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. This is addition, but that is also the same as 2 multiplied by 2. Right? 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. So in other words, if you add 2 to itself, what in effect doing is multiplying by 2. And because you multiply 2 by itself, we have the 2 twice here. The power, it will be 2 to the power of 2. So this is one special case, watch it now, where 2 plus 2 is the same thing as 2 multiplied by 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 2. So in other words, your addition is the same thing as your multiplication, which is the same thing as your exponentiation. Don't get too caught up with it, right? This is just me adding a little spice, adding a little flavor to the maths, so you could get to enjoy it a little more now. All right? Now, I would not be surprised if there are other numbers like this in mathematics. That's one of the things I had to think about, or do a Google search or something. All right? So that's basically it, right? Every now and then I will throw something out at random that may not necessarily have anything to do with learning a topic for an exam, or trying to solve a question, or learning a theory or something, right? Something, a little mathematical thought, something might come to my mind, or a student of mine might say, so, and then I'll say, woo, and then I'll go and think about it, and then I'll say, nah, boy, I had to make a video on that, right? Some of my best moments, some of my most memorable moments teaching this thing have come when students who, many of them may not even have been born yet when I was in school doing this thing. In other words, my experience level is way beyond their experience level, but they would pipe up in class and say something that will be like, woo, I never thought about that before. That is special, and that I cherish those moments immensely, because at the end of the day, one of the things I realize is that no matter how good as I may be in this thing, there is still so much I had to learn. Sometimes a student will throw something so simple that I never see it like that in all the years of doing this maths, right? And that now is a learning experience for me, all right? So that's it, all right? And of course, I'll take a little 2 minutes at the end to talk about the road to January, which is in mathematics. And of course, we have the CSEC Admaths project that's coming up just now. And for those of you who, okay, maybe you mightn't take the road to mathematics, but you might need the Admaths. Well, here what? You take the Admaths and you get in, sorry, the road to January, not the road to mathematics. Yeah, that's when you recorded early in the morning. So for those of you who, for whatever reason, you mightn't take the road to January, which is in maths, but you realize, nah boy, Admaths is a different matter. I'm taking the Admaths. Well, here what? When you take the Admaths, you get in the maths too. All right? So check the link, sign up, pull in some people as well, and then we do the thing, and then we do nice. All right? Boom, boom.